Excuse me.
We have to listen to So what's the first one?
I can identify information from the text or
Yeah, close reading, that's the first one.
That's just recalling stuff. Oh.
You have the offhand statement.
How are we going?
We're going to do the close readings.
How do we name the activities? Because we can say things we can do, but what do we call them? Does that make sense? Like if I said, okay, maybe I'll have a students get together in pairs or groups of 3, and each student take, or different groups take sections of the article and summarize briefly in like one paragraph. What do you call it? So with activities, do you want to give a scenario? So then we're going to put reading a story. Okay. Right here.
But that would be like a level comparison. Right. Vocab. Could be vocab. Because it kind of does tell you what to talk about. It tells you what it is.
So they would graph according to age, according to numbers, and according to male, female is actually gender. Okay. Since we can't say they, they don't want to say sex, just gender is the entire mix like that.
Okay, so just a preference.
You know, but just by male or female, so we can call it gender. That's what most people think it is anyway. Yeah. And so now we're doing products.
So we said we can study the Sumerians
And the other thing is, 12 is such a pivotal time for us, midnight, because when you move into the next step, you're starting down the clock. So that's definitely a good one. So that's an excellent suggestion, Kelly. Hickory dickory dock. So now what's going to be our activity with that? Now we have to come up with our actual activity. We've discussed what we would do. So what? That's level 2
Of the two different
skill and concept to identify in a T-chart the 2 patterns of passing of time.
Then you need to write it. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a writing.
So it'll be like actually 2 kind of activities.
So we'll start with the T-chart, and then they can use that as a graphic organizer for their writing. So, are we going to ask them to?
Could we draw the 2 clocks?
Like a digital versus
That's considered writing to the T-chart itself. And yeah, see the clock's 5. That's
more verses.
I'm thinking just as far as just a paragraph would be like defending their answer, because if they're working in groups, I would put them in groups and just have them, okay, after you read the article, which one do you think is the best practice? Which one would be the best practice of using?
Write an argument. Argumentative essay stating which one you essay.
So have you ladies thought a lot about depth of knowledge before today? Is that something you considered?
I mean, I remember it being taught through PDs last year and everything, but I like how we went back into it a little bit deeper. So, and it seems easier to follow than trying to follow moons or Marzana. This is a lot easier to understand.
And of course, we could use the question paper as well. Down the clock.
Right.
Basically, the question out of the.
It's right here. Yeah.
Right.
Why is that here? Well, how would it affect? As it said, we'll no longer be able to use counterclockwise, clockwise. How would it affect our life? Yeah, because I didn't realize. With the thumb? I was like,
and if you think about,
okay, so then that would be another thing. What is one way? If we did not have the error, what is an example of a way that you could still, was it counterclockwise, clockwise?
what's the purpose over the course of the week when you record what clocks you see and which one is which?
Remember, it has to go back to the past.
Well,
The text. Yeah, because we're going back to 6.1. So how do you link that back to second cabinets?
you could. Because that would be Well, or they could go around and try and hear how many o'clock references they see. So in the real world. So in the real world,
that probably would be good.
The article claims that they do o'clock references all the time, 10 or 11 o'clock.
And that's like a training.
So they have to look around and see if they actually hear it in their daily lives, because you're arguing whether it should be in your school.
It's not really comparing.
Maybe that's only something that adults do, it's not something they do in their generation.
What school are you ladies and gentlemen from?
Ireland Drive.
Island Drive? And what do you think about this activity?
This is good. Very good activity.
Is this how you think teachers normally implement depth into their classroom, or do you think they're usually lacking, or they do it a different way?
I don't think they do it this way. You saying as far as the students doing it this way?
As far as teachers, as educators in general, 6th grade teachers, what level do you think we normally get to in a classroom?
Oh, what levels do we normally get to?
It depends. Last year, especially when we started, we did Case 21, and when we did that, it gave us the question. So I usually referred it to testing. I'd like to see maybe applying it more in the classroom side. Yeah, so it wasn't that great.
Well, you guys look like you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, what school are you ladies from?
John Griffin.
John Griffin. And what do you think about today's PD? Was it useful? Is it something you already knew?
Yeah, I think it's very useful.
Oh no, yeah, I like the DOK stuff.
What level are you working on right now? Level 1. Is this activity something you might want to go do in your classrooms?
Yes, I love gallery walk.
And then it's always helpful to get other people's ideas too.
Are you looking for which questions them to do?
No, we're just coming up with more questions, I guess.
Okay, what do we have?
Well, do we have to choose one method of telling time and why?
Why?
Which method is the better option? And then the other questions we have are related to the activities of the student product. So
unless you ask a how question, how could it be implemented, or
how would you convince others to follow your work?
ooh, I like that.
There you go.
So that's how we
Or even your preferred method. based on context clues. What's the definition of the word? What is the author suggest? Okay. Something like an office purpose question.
Right. Our thing is, if it says that they can't do it without being able to explain, how are they going to define the words if they don't? You look it up in the dictionary. So they're
Text context evidence to.
But that's
They're
going to
going to
move
define it
them
using
up.
a dictionary. Using a dictionary takes it to level 2.
They use a different text that does, but you're going to be thinking.
What is the meaning? What is the meaning of the word?
What is the meaning of the word conservatism?
As this using the text.
Conservatism. Con-S-E-R. Just
Peers, peers provide constructive feedback. It's probably about this tall now. Yes. I know that he gets notes. I know that he was that. So, there's my
You've learned to develop a thesis statement for an organization.
It's going to say that.
I know, because like, there's a lot you can do with it, you know?
I guess.
And you would use the importance of dialogue with digital.
Looking good, man. Looking
So we
good.
said
Identify location.
items
In
located.
certain locations, yeah.
Located at there. 3 o'clock.
If they're 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock locations, and they have to go find them when.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Hey, we need some tape. Where we? Oh, we need tape.
Up to that lady with the
Other people. What were you, Davana?
So
That wasn't nobody's laptop. Yeah, it was.
we're looking at
That's why I
6.1.
No, but it hit the ground. It hit the ground.
Possible activities. You have, I don't know which DOK level it is, but you have define unknown vocabulary, illustrate new vocab, close reading to label the person.
That must be
List ideas, and then bring in examples and digital clocks, because that's probably DOK.
Okay, yeah, it's one. It's one. There's one. I can tell you.
Possible products are a foldable, a T-chart, report with visual aids, and class display illustrations and examples. And then I can't read.
Where were you at? What were you trying to read?
Questions.
The questions? You want the questions? Or you good?
I've got it on camera. You guys can just discuss what you think about it.
I think it's a good deal. Okay,
I like the foldable idea. They always do better with
and a little bit of challenge. A little bit. You know, you it's good and challenging.
I like the bringing in examples, especially if they brought in examples.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
got a picture of that.
You said it overlaps.
It overlaps what we had talked about. So like so the Venn diagram's not just for our level, but it could also be
Yes, that's what you said.
You could even have them do multiple Venn diagrams for each level, or try to incorporate a thing for each that has to do with it.
And then if you did them with Venn diagrams for hoodies, then they could leave the class and go outside and write them on t-shirts.
Like maybe except for AG, and then do different activities.
Instead of like doing one of these I mean, would you do one? I'm just seeing it do so many different things. And well, it says I would collaborate. Right. You can go to the start with one. You know what we should do? You're right. All of this is good.
But you could.
All right, stop working. Stop working. Stop working. There you go. Okay. Reroll. Westover, I want you to share a highlight from the poster that you're reviewing. Give me a highlight, Westover.
Well, there's here, one of the activities that we picked for level 1 is also here, and this is DOK 3. So we were discussing that maybe as a whole, teachers don't necessarily understand how to design activities for each one of those levels. Because some things certainly don't fit level 1 that fit level 3. So before our kids can understand it, we need to make sure that we understand it and that we're doing it correctly in our classroom.
Good. So when you're having your PLCs, it's important that you discuss that and you bring products.
Please pardon this interruption. The drawing has been done. The following English staff development people have won prizes: Barbara Dawson, Keely Millen for Cape Fear, because I said that halfway close, and Shelley Hill. And you may meet Ms. Colville in the auditorium lobby to get your prize.
Stop working. Nick Gerald, give me a highlight from your poster, please. Nick Gerald.
Okay, this, I love this. Okay, I can't say that. They have an activity, they have a teacher, preparing their class and testing times, the actual test grid, jobs, and there's runs for different jobs. I thought that was cool. I really like mixing of different things in the jobs.
Kudos. Rotate.
military science.
Oh, yeah, well, that's stuff, yeah.
And, you know, we're talking about actually taking it outside
That's for junior grade books sometimes hard. We have your today, like maybe it's the debate and
Mark did that story.
She never read my
She did. She did the one about parents and two children.
I never saw that.
It was a extremely weird story.
It's JGB.
I like it. And they ran with that story and debate and discussion.
Stop working. Stop working.
They wrote where they were in 10 years. The children took the spin on where those kids were. You know, some of them were in prison, and they loved it. It was weird, but they loved it.
That's what I like.
you know what though? It's been a long time since I've heard that. The boxer in the world, that would bring our money.
You're still hung on that love launch. The Big Bend, then we didn't go into the Big Bend's informational piece.
Absolutely.
That's a good research.
Or is it equally
What activities rely on the analog? What activities rely on the Olympics? It's digital because they have many hundreds of seconds in it.
Somebody rotated too much.
we still
Wait, what is it?
I think this is really a great idea to use to give your children opportunity to get out and get around and look at somebody else's process and how they processed the information that was being presented.
Making sure we have determined literal questions that are very direct and to the point to make sure that we're getting them at a certain level. Good. Go ahead and rotate.
They know how to argue. They don't know how to argue effectively. If you want to bring it back down,
You can't
bring it down to a...
Right, and that's the listening side. Listening to other people's opinions.
Right. I would say, can you explain what you used to do?
Right.
That's in my expectations. PowerPoint.
Yeah, I saw it.
I like that a lot.
Why did we move from the document?
This is also good. It's credit.
Yeah, I want to do, I was talking to Melody about how I
What is the solutions of the down other than just our tradition?
What are some other things?
Yeah, we talk, yeah.
but I wanted, I have an outline for
You Socratic tomorrow?
Oh, Socratic.
Yeah.
Or a
I have an outline that I just came up while we were here. I like it. I want to do more debates. Well, and that's what, basically the seminar is you have the kids sitting in the middle, they discuss primarily, but then the kids on the outside are trying to get into the discussion. So they're writing down their thoughts so they can
Trying to tap it into it.
Yeah. There's some pretty cool videos.
They have some around there.
But I want to do one of those a week, and then still do the song of the week, the article of the week, then whatever passage we're discussing, and then have a Socratic seminar assess all 4 days worth of material. make those connections between the informational things and language things.
They're going to pick out some other things.
I like the debate part of this.
Yeah.
Where it talks about, we did that too.
We had that.
Yeah. And I like that they bring in the military sciences part of this because you can say we're military, and then this is good because you bring in one particular aspect of the clock changing. So what branch, what does it affect? And who does it affect?
And here
It's not that
I don't know. And if we were going forward, you can talk about other things that have changed, not just times, but like the metric system, how it's only used, how the metric system is mostly used, but then we use something totally different. And the differences between things that are used in science.
And then they could research and find out in other countries, for example, how are they going from digital, from dial to digital? I mean,
how does that affect time zones
worldwide? That's why I really like that question where they said, create your own. How would you tell time? Make your own. I like that.
And what about the ancient methods of telling time by the sun?
Yes. Yeah.
And the Mayan calendar.
So you can go either one way or the other, like the historical.
Yeah, we could do interdisciplinary. Carrick will lose his mind.
Yeah. I like futuristic because it makes them predict. Or what will it be like in the future? How do you tell time by the sun? Yes.
Right through that.
Yeah.
It must be 8 o'clock now.
Okay, it's 12 o'clock. We're going to start again.
I know, just like just seeing somebody rotate to
You can have to make a rubric. Right. Make a rubric of how that was something to do.
It says, do we have to choose? Which method time is the better option? And how is it to follow? See, now that one is good.
Last rotation. Rotate one leg out. Last rotation.
See, they're writing too. Oh, yes, they're all writing. Which is fine, but if it's together in round circles, if somebody
There's like more debate right here too. Role play? Yeah.
I have one question for this group before you guys go.
Yes.
What is one thing from today that you might consider taking back to your classroom at some point this year?
Just one?
Just one thing?
Just one, because I want you to get lunch.
I want to do debating more.
More debate.
Yeah, I think they have a good time with that. Yeah.
Yes, and
I'd like to have the kids do something similar.
yeah, if the kids, this kind of activity I would use with the students.
The gallery walk?
Yes.
Well, and having them create it. I've done gallery walks where I post up like definitions or something, but to have them come up with what's actually on the gallery, that's pretty cool. I like that idea a lot.
That's good. That's neat.